All right, folks, it says I'm live. Les Skimo on Skimo Outdoors coming at you. I've got a real good one today. You got to kind of forgive me. I've had just had a cataract surgery on this eye. This ear's partially stopped up, so I'm going to do the best I can do. But I have something for all of y'all. Now, years and years ago, I've fished my whole life. My story's on here. Got into tournament fishing probably in my late 20s, early 30s. I'm 69 now. Fished for tournament fishing 40 years, probably altogether 35, somewhere in that neighborhood. Okay, but a lot of the years I fished, tournament fish, was for USA Bassin. Okay, now I get nothing from USA Bassin from this. Okay, this is just something I wanted to do. Uh, very familiar with this club, um, and I can tell you for the weekend angler, if you want to start tournament fishing on a doable scale that will work with your job and the things you got to do at home, uh, and just life in general. Okay, but you still want to tournament fish? I've got the answer for you. Now, they do, if you don't mind, they do use live scope. They have not banned live scope. So, and you know, that's a technology that's really caught on fire, especially with your younger anglers. But it's a technology that your older anglers, can pick up on. A little expensive, but hey, if you're going to be competitive in the tournament world that allows live scope, you got to have it. Or you can go to the NPFL, which is very expensive, and the average man can't fish that circuit because it costs you about $31,200 for I think it's 5 tournaments. And then blah blah blah. Okay, but we're here today to talk about U.S. Bass and U.S. I'm sorry, USA Bassing, the most affordable fishing club for the weekend tournament, working man um, tournament trail, bar none. I've fished for them for several years. I can vouch for this organization. They're a great organization. They really are. And I just want to go over some things and just introduce you to USA Bassing for you weekend uh, wannabe tournament fishermen. If you want to get into it, okay, I'm going to introduce you how to get into tournament fishing for the working man. Very affordable. Prize money. I mean, if you win anything, I say earn it because you stand on a boat for 8 hours and you're running and gunning, you're throwing a lure, you're changing all the work and the miserable, you're losing sleep. 5 hours into it, man, you can just barely keep your eyes open. You're hungry. You took your lunch, but you've eaten it, blah, blah, blah. It's work. This tournament fishing, folks, is work. And you lose a lot of sleep, but the adrenaline rush, the camaraderie, the excitement, the weigh-in, because you're fishing for that prize. But when you got a good bag of fish and you're watching that leaderboard, man, and you see your name up there on that leaderboard, man, I tell you, and your boat number, it's pretty awesome for you guys that's never done it. But listen here, I'm going to. I've got some things I want to read to you. Now, I hope I'm talking loud enough. Like I say, I'm about deaf in that ear today. Let me go over this About Us list, okay, of USA Bassin, and you can find them. Just Google USA Bassin and start from there, and you can get all this and much, much more. And this is just an introduction to it. USA Bassin is an amateur bass fishing tournament trail, okay, that promotes a family friendly atmosphere where singles, teams, co ed, and youth can experience competitive angling at an affordable price. And they absolutely do that. And their values is affordability, family friendly, um, fairness. They let me tell you something. If you the director of each of these tournaments, from my experience, will enforce the rules. Okay, affordability, family friendly, fairness, and outreach. Okay, it says we value giving back to each community we partner with by promoting local shops and hotels in the area. Conservation. We value the conservation of our resources and our sport and have partnered with Protect the Harvest to help make this possible. Now, their membership fees. Now, this, folks, right here is what has set the hook on the working man that wants to get into bass tournaments and start becoming a competitive uh, tournament fisherman. And make no mistake about it, folks, the competitive spirit, the competitive drive. I'm convinced because I've been there, is just as on a just a high of a level as you can get. Your competitive beast will come out of you. Don't think that because this is not a big time Bassmasters tournament that it's just a little old flaky thing that you know there's no emotion attached to it, folks. All the anglers in this organization, they're just like the anglers in any other organization that fishes for money, prestige, the limelight, the love of the sport above all, and the competitive spirit. The drive in these tournaments are just as high as anywhere else. It's exciting to roll up in there and weigh those fish in. Now, your membership and fees. Okay, USA Bassin offers low membership fees of $30, $30 um, per adult, and free to youth under the age of 18 before August 31st for every season. So $30 a year. Okay, you can fish for USA Bassin, and that $30, I'm gonna say I'll probably repeat it down in here, but what's on my mind? Okay, they've got divisionals, regions. This is a nationwide. I guess they're in Hawaii, but every state they claim, and I know they do in the 48 states or 49 states, but they're a nationwide organization with bass fishing clubs in every state. Okay. $30. And that $30. Okay, say you're a membership of the Ohio division, but you're over in Indiana fishing. Okay, and a Indiana Division USA Bassin tournament comes up, you can go fish that tournament. You can fish any USA Bassin tournament nationwide if you're a member. You don't have to stay in your division. Okay, and when the championship rolls around, you can fish in more than one of them in any state. If you know, as long as you're a member, and you got 5 tournaments in your division, each tournament just for fishing that. If you weigh in no fish, you still earn 250 points that qualifies you to fish, okay, in the regional championship, a regional tournament, okay. And then you win that, you go to the big dance. Okay, so let me get back. But I mean, there's so many uh, opportunities with USA Bassin. $30 a year for adults under 18 before August is free. This membership includes the right to fish any USA Bassin tournament for that season. Tournament entry fees. Now, here's something else. This will blow you away. The entry fees of the tournament start at $25 for a weeknight tournament and $50 for a weekend tournament per boat or team. You know, one person or your team, it's $50, $25 a person. So if there's 2 people on your boat that are members, okay, it's $25 a piece. If you want to go fishing by yourself, it's $25. Well, it's 50. I'm sorry. If you fish it by yourself on the weekend, it's still $50. Okay, I'm sorry. I mean, $50 on a weekend, 25 for a weeknight tournament. Okay, this makes USA Bassin very affordable and fun for everyone. This is the catch me out, folks. This is a organization will it will introduce you to the competitive sport of tournament bass fishing. It's a great organization. I fished for them for years. They're organized, and you probably in each tournament you'll have maybe 60 boats in each tournament, and I think they pay. Gosh, I can't remember how many places they pay. Depending on the entry, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't remember. I've been out of this maybe 10, 15 years. But I love this organization. Tournaments. USA Bassin offers both open and member only tournaments throughout the course of the season. Now, that's the beauty of them also. Say you don't want to be a member, you're not sure, and you've never fished a competitive tournament before. All right, you go on USA Bassin website. Okay, just Google it and go on there and get the tournament schedules. Find an open tournament. Open tournament, you don't have to be a member. Okay, I fished one open tournament for a club one time, and we took second place. And there was 123 boats in that. So you talk about competition. USA Bassin offers both open and member-only tournaments throughout the course of the season. Open tournaments allow anglers to test out the waters with USA Bassin before jumping into being a member. Okay. USA Bassin teams. Let's skip on down. Teams may consist of one person or a maximum of 2 persons. All teams that finish the season with 250 points or more and you get 100 points. If you're first place, you get 100 points in one of your 5 tournaments. With 250 points or more in a national point standing shall be eligible to fish in the USA Bassin regional tournament of their choice and may fish in more than one regional tournament. All right, say I weigh in no fish in them 5 tournaments. Okay, I get 50 points for each tournament, fish or no fish. I've got 250 points. I can go fish these regional tournaments. Okay, I can fish my regional tournament in my division in Ohio. Okay, and if I want to go over to Indiana, I can go fish their regional tournament, or Oklahoma or Texas. It don't matter. Okay, if I can make it work, I can fish in all of them. I've got my 250 points. Okay, that's another great, outstanding point to USA Bassin, and they got something for everybody. They got next generation teams. They do care about the youth. The next generation teams may consist of either an adult and a youth or 2 youths. One of the youths must be at least 16 years of age or older. So they do focus on our youngsters, the generation coming up. All next generation teams that finish with 150 points or more in the national point standing shall be eligible to fish a next generation classic event. And that's the beauty of this too. I mean, there's so many pluses to USA Bassin organization. Every category of anglers that they have a classic, okay, for that particular team, okay. The co-ed teams. You want your wife, you want to take you and your wife. Okay, teams consisting of male and female participants will be a co-ed team. All co-ed teams that finish the season with 150 points or more in the national point standing shall be eligible to fish in the co-ed classic event. I mean, who else offers amateurs, okay, this opportunity to a competitive tournament fish, you know, and earn a good purse, you know, if you finish in the money. I was always of the opinion if I can get my money back plus some expenses, some gas money, hey, I'm happy with that. But I was happy just to go, and I done very well here in these tournaments, and they're great. Oh, check this out. Here's the history of this organization. USA Bassin got their start in 2003. Okay, when Indiana firefighter Kevin Yeary, Yeary, observed that the fishing industry was lacking an affordable and family-friendly tournament trail. At the time, the economy had been through several small recessions. During these hard times, Kevin noticed fewer anglers were spending their extra income on fishing tournament trails. Okay, and blah, 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 and the rest is history. And they hadn't long been started, probably. When I got into this organization, they was quite young. And I fished for all kinds of opens. Before these guys, every open I could get into from other bass clubs. I fished them, and they're also looking for tournament directors to hire in new states. Okay, and it's got the guy's email address and all that there. Okay, the tournament directors get paid. Well, how much? I don't know. But, folks, I encourage you to check into this. If you want a weekend bass tournament fish, I encourage it. And it's also, now here's something they didn't have when I fished for them. They've got a kayak trail now. And this is the membership form right here. It's really simple. Membership form. They've got a Facebook and they've got a YouTube. And they say they're in every state. I don't know if Hawaii's got largemouth bass in it or not. I don't know. But now, on this membership fee, now, folks, by the time I started fishing with USA Bassin, okay, I had a 17-foot, what was it, glass something or another, little fiberglass bass boat, had a 75 horse Mercury on it. But before, that's when my career began at USA Bassin by then. But you know what I started bass fishing with? And it was legal. I started my bass fishing career, my tournament fishing career, in a 12-foot aluminum V-hull boat with a 5.5 horse. I think it was a 70 something or a 1960 something Evinrude. And I had a cooler for a live well. Had it aerated and it was legal. And I tournament fished with. That's how it started. No sonar whatsoever. And I went out there and done it. And I fished, I don't know how many, few years before I got to where I could buy any kind of boat. So now I've got a 19-foot Ranger. That's what I wound up with. At the end of my career was a 19-foot 1997 Ranger Comanche. So things did get better because I stuck with it. Okay, I didn't buy all that with fishing money, with my earnings. Okay, that comes from hard work and labor. All right, but anyway, name, address, and your email address, just typical stuff. Are you male, female? Okay, your boat length and the year of your boat, which it doesn't matter. They just want to know what you have. And now I know used to, and you know what? And there's no length of the boat mentioned in none of their rules. Okay, how long a boat has to be. But now, a lot of the tournaments that I fished outside of USA Bassin, they required the boat to be 12 foot or longer. Okay, I started with a 12-foot V-hull. What was that? A Sea Nymph or something like that? An old boat, an old motor. But you want to know your boat year and the length of your boat, the motor size. Okay, now your couple things your boat has to have, but they want to know your motor size. Okay, insurance company. Now here's one thing you have to have. Okay, to fish for USA Bassin and it's a common policy, is you have to have 300,000. You have to have $300,000 liability insurance on your boat. It cost me, I think, about $90 a year on my boat, and So, and I still carry it to this day. I still pay for that policy, and I haven't tournament fished in 10, 12 years or so. But you need that $300,000 insurance policy to fish for them. And that's to cover your butt. That's for your own good. And like I said, $90 a year. I don't know, depending on the insurance company. Um, but that's the main thing. One of the main things. But it's really simple. It's on the bottom of that form right there, and you get this form off their website. Let's see what else we got here. Now, let me read this to you about your boat and motor. And this is another application. Now, if you're going to fish an open tournament, now what does an open tournament mean? It's open to the public. Anybody can come and fish this open tournament. Now, to fish an open tournament, you do not have to be a member. Okay, and that's so cool. Go on their website, go on to tournaments, little drop down, find where it says tournaments, find you an open tournament, get you $300,000 insurance on your boat, and go fish their open tournament. And more likely, you'll get addicted to it, and you'll keep your $300,000 insurance policy on your boat. Because you'll be saying, I should have done this a long time ago. But you can start. You can fish these tournaments, even if you're a member. You can fish these tournaments with a 12-foot V-hull, aluminum boat, an old motor, as long as it meets Coast Guard requirements, and you have an air-rated live well. Okay, you can fish these tournaments. That's what I started with. Fished with it for years. A few years before I got me an upgrade. Okay, but there's a couple other stipulations that normally not a problem. Okay, and here's what it is. Each boat must have all required U.S. Coast Guard safety equipment. And this is just a little short paragraph. Okay, each boat must have clearly legible maximum capacities or comparably titled. It's got to have something on there from the factory. Okay, now my wife's got a 17-foot, I forget what it is, 2018 little flat bottom boat that's got 3 persons or 400-pound capacity with a 25 horse limit on it. That's what your boat has to have from the factory on it, and every boat's got it. Even if you have an old boat, that should be on your boat somewhere. Okay. Place a placard that includes a maximum horsepower rating affixed to the boat by the manufacturer. It's a sticker. It ain't a plaque. It's a sticker stuck on there. Now, some boats, it is a little plaque, okay? But your smaller boats, normally it's a sticker. If that sticker ain't on there, get a hold of the manufacturer and get you a new one and put it on there. Okay, as long as it's for that boat. Okay. All boats must maintain a properly aerated live well space. Okay, it don't say you have to have a built-in operating live well made into the boat. You just got to have a space that can include a aerated cooler that you can keep fish alive in to get back to the weigh-in. Okay, to maintain a live limit of bass. Okay, and then it goes into falsifying information, blah, blah, blah. You don't want to do that, you can be disqualified. And they will blackball you, and then you'll never be able to fish another USA Bassin tournament. Okay, but it's the bare minimum. Okay, and there's live well inspections. Okay, prior to the start of a tournament, this is all tournaments, any tournament. Prior to the start of a tournament, the tournament director and their designee shall physically inspect all live wells. And this organization enforces that. Okay, the division I fished for, they enforced the rules, and they did thorough live well checks on these boats. Okay, and let's see, on this here paper, this other membership paper, it's member USA Bass membership's $30. They got scoring 5 tournament format. It explains the USA Bassin teams. It explains the next generation teams. USA Bassin Tournament of Champions. And ties. It explains the ties. Short fish penalty. They enforce that. I've seen it. I mean, I just really, it's a great organization to fish for the weekend angler. Now, and they've got this here, the Uncle Sam fishing tournament. Okay, and you can get in there and win over $2,000. Now, I don't know exactly how this works. I don't remember. And so, you get an extra 1,700. I'm sorry, you get an extra $1,172 for being a member. So you can win up to $2,344 with this Uncle Sam deal. Go on their website, folks. Somebody that's never. This is for somebody that's never done it. Okay, this is for somebody that's an inspiring tournament fisherman, somebody that wants to, but they don't know where to start. And what you do is you just, you get you an application, you send it in, or you can fill that application out and hand it to them at the tournament. Okay, and but bring all your credentials, bring your insurance papers, okay, for your boat. They will inspect every boat before tournament is inspected. But anyway, you get ahead of it. You can turn that in, mail that in, and go on your tournament schedules and find you a tournament. And if I remember correctly, you can get your membership right there to tournaments. You might want to check on that. I can't remember. Okay, but if you've never fished a tournament and you want to know how to get started, this is the best organization I've ever seen or I've ever fished for. And like I said, they got a kayak series also. It's broken up in divisions, regional divisions, and you don't have to drive all over the United States to fish these 5 tournaments. They'll be within reasonable distance from normally of where you live. I mean, it's a great organization, and I get nothing for bringing these people to you. But I want to support them, the best I can. But main thing is I want to introduce tournament fishermen to people that's never done it before. I don't care how old you are, how young you are. This organization will introduce you to tournament fishing on a level that you can afford, number one. and number two, that I think that you'll really, really enjoy it. Um, you can, if say you're not sure. Tell you what you can do. What you can do is go on here and find a tournament, a local tournament near you, USA Bassin tournament. Okay, bring your boat with you, even if it's not an open tournament. Bring your boat with you and just fish anyway for that day. You don't have to waste a trip. But go to this, and you'll see them lined up. They'll have trailers. They'll have a lot of times they'll have donuts and coffee. Sometimes, and you'll know it's a lit up area with a table before daylight, and they're taking, and you'll see the line of people. Okay, that's entering the tournament. Okay, and a lot of them's local people that you may or may not even know, but they're from your general area. And but go to one of their tournaments, no matter which one it is. Get on the schedule, find the time and the place, show up there, go a little early, and go to the table where they're taking entry fees and talk to the people, talk to the director. Okay, talk to the guys taking the money. Get a feel of it. Stand back and just watch. Watch how it all takes place. Watch what they're doing and who does what. Okay. And if you don't want to get involved right there, go out and fish. Okay. Now we had 3 o'clock weigh-ins. Was our weigh-ins at 3 o'clock? Okay. And come back in about 2:30. Okay, before the big rush. Some guys will have to be in at 2. I'm sorry. Some guys will have to be in at 3. Some guys will have to be in at 3:30. There's 2 times there that they got to come in. Each boat that comes in, okay, they'll bring their fish up as soon as they come in, and you can come in early. Say you're tired of fishing by 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Bring what you got. They'll weigh it. They'll put it on the leaderboard. Okay, and then you can watch yourself go up or down on that leaderboard. It's cool. But if you don't want to get involved right away, like I say, get there before daylight. Talk to the people that's running it. Talk to the director. Just stand back and watch how things is evolving. Okay, and then they'll go out and they'll stage. Okay, and then they'll call your number. When they call your number, you take off. They don't have blast off. It's not chaos. They'll call your number and you take off. Okay, and come back to the weigh-in. Okay, come back early so you can trailer your boat and get all your stuff took care of, and then hang around the weigh-in. All this is open to the public. To see how things is done. It's a wonderful experience. And I thank God that I had an opportunity to fish for USA Bass. And it's affordable, it's doable. And if you're not, you may not be able to fish all 5 tournaments. Okay. Say you can only fish 3 tournaments, but you really want to go to that championship. Well, you have an opportunity if you finish high enough. Okay, in 1 or 2 of the 3 tournaments you can fish in, you can still get your 250 points. But if not, you can fish what you can, and you can still get that thrill, man, of running and gunning and fishing. And if you got 1 fish or 5 fish, weigh that bad boy in. Okay. If you have no fish, just thank God that you was healthy enough to go out there and do what you love to do. And then go to work on Monday. Prepare the next week for your next Saturday tournament. Or you might be in a region where they have some weekday tournaments. I fished For years, I fished Tuesday night tournaments with a different club up here in my local lake. Basically 4 hour tournament. I fished that for buku years. And I fished Friday nights for another club, okay, on a different lake that was kind of local. And then I fished for USA Bassin. So, you know, we're talking fishing 3 tournaments, 3 days a week, and so I encourage you, if you're curious about it, uh, go on to Google it, USA Bassin, and go on their website and start your adventure into tournament fishing. I think it's addicting. Be careful. But that's what I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to introduce you wannabe anglers and you anglers that's been fishing for years, um, and but never knew how to really tournament fish or how to get into it. It's really simple. No age limit. If you're 60 years old and you had a desire to tournament fish and you've never had a place or you didn't know where to go, USA Bassin's where you go. And but like I said, I had the awesome privilege for years of fishing with with USA Bassin, and I don't regret not 1 second of it. It's a great, great organization. Check them out and get involved. If you feel that draw, jump on it. This is Les Skymo from Skymo Outdoors. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. Any questions or comments, I'll try to get to all of them. And this is Les Skymo. If I can help you in any way, answer any of your questions, just shoot me a message and I'll get to it. So this is Les Skymo, and Sunday, let's go to church, celebrate our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I love you. God bless you. And happy Good Friday. And this is Les Skymo, and I'm out.